Today we will be looking into glitches in games on a slightly different console. Here we have my Barnes & Noble HD Nook, which means that we will be looking at app games, specifically ones I got off the Google Play Store. I also will stay away from the over-popular games like Angry Birds and Candy Crush. I will be looking at Sega's Sonic Dash and LEGO Media's Create and Build Racer. Now both of these are extremely fun games, and ones I would highly suggest. But let's go ahead and jump right into the glitches. I'll be showing you a frozen sound from LEGO Racer, and frozen cameras and menus from Sonic Dash. So, to start out with, let's look at an easy glitch from LEGO Junior Create and Build. Now this game is basically what it sounds like. You choose what pre-made pieces you want to use for a car, and you put them together to race down a track. Now the racing portion is extremely easy since the game is definitely not geared toward people my age. Just hold right with the occasional jump or fly and get to the finish line. So this is where the glitch comes into play. You usually have 1 to 2 more extra buttons to the left. One button makes your character wave and create a strange noise, and the other will usually be used to either honk a horn for a truck or a siren for some sort of emergency vehicle. But get this, and this is seriously how easy the glitch is. After you cross the finish line as either the cop car or the police helicopter, you will no longer be able to drive the car. However, for some strange reason, if you press the button anytime after your vehicle stops, the siren will stay on as you continue to browse the app. Exiting back to the homepage? Nice try, but the siren's just waiting for you to get back. Luckily, if you happen to do this by accident, there are 3 easy fixes. First is pretty obvious. Just turn the phone or tablet all the way off and on. Doing that usually resets progress. Second and third, though, can be done in-game. If you're driving a normal car, the siren should disappear when you cross the finish line. But if you're driving an emergency vehicle, tapping the siren on and off again will turn the frozen siren off. Moving on, let's visit my most favorite app game of all time, Sega's Sonic Dash. Now this game is very similar to Tetris, but in only one way. You can't really win. You basically just keep running, dodging, and racking up points until you lose. Granted, you can get an extra life by either using a 1-up style heart or by watching an ad. Speaking of ads, this game knows how to do it right. Now we all know companies need ads to stay free. Just look at YouTube and its swarm of Google advertising advertisements. I swear I see these on an hourly basis and they're so annoying that the first 5 seconds you have to wait before skipping them are torture. Also, we can clearly see that these videos people are watching are just beginning ads. So what were they doing? Just flipping through videos until they find the ad so they can follow its instructions? Why not just go look for the actual video? Anyway, back on topic. Sonic Dash knows exactly where to properly place advertisements. They aren't floating around the menu, they aren't distractingly following you when you are running. They only show up after you crash or fall. Then they can give you a free extra life or free rings just by watching them. But be careful, you're limited to 1 per run. Let's say you skip this opportunity and you want to go back to the main menu. Usually an ad will show up, but they allow you to skip most of it. Sure, a lot of the ads are about stuff that's boring to me, like medieval warfare, dragons, and Final Fantasy style RPGs. But the ads kind of double as a chance for you to take a break from all the stress of running. You can also get a wide variety of cool characters like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Blaze, Silver, and the recently released Rouge. I own all of them. Unfortunately, they all just feel like skin swaps of Sonic. But enough about the game. Let's talk about what you came here for, the glitches. Now, I've only come across 2 major glitches in this game that can easily affect the gameplay. So I'm not talking about the glitch where if your character falls at the right angle, they get stuck on the cliff. So let's start out with the glitch that I actually know how to do. While you're running, you'll come across large gaps that can only be crossed by air dashing a chopper. You just jump into the air, tap to air dash it, and then you continue on your way. But at one point while I used the air dash, there was a chain of enemies on the opposite side of the gap. So I figured I'd jump, air dash, and then immediately swipe down to spin dash the rest of the enemies. However, I spin dashed too early and suddenly the camera's position was stuck. Normally when jumping, the camera will follow your character, and when spin dashing under something, the camera will follow you under. But after swiping down too early, the camera wouldn't do any of that. It sat at an awkward top-down view. It would still follow the character, but it wouldn't move with jumping or spinning, completely making you lose your sense of depth. Luckily, if you do this, it can be fixed multiple ways within the run. The camera will reset anytime you hit something that forces it to move, like a spring, a loop or corkscrew, a boss battle, or even air dashing another chopper. Since there are so many ways that the camera can reset, this glitch doesn't last very long, as you can tell. I think the longest the glitch has lasted for me was from doing the air dash at the beginning of a run, all the way to the nearest spring. I believe that was the first time I discovered the glitch as well. Anyway, this last glitch I'm going to show you is a really weird one, also from Sonic Dash. After you run into something or fall, it will bring up an options menu to use a heart. Well, I'm not sure how I did it, but the menu got stuck. No matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. Sometimes, especially during boss battles, the character would completely be covered up by this weird glitch. Even on the main menu it was stuck there. And weirdest of all, if you were to lose again, the menu would go away, but when it was supposed to show up, it was nowhere to be found. And when the time limit to use a heart ran out, the menu came back up. It was like the code that controlled when the specific menu would appear and disappear was reversed. It still stumps me to this day on how this happened and why. And that was just a small collection of app glitches I came across. Will I do another one? Possibly. It depends on if I find more noteworthy glitches. So, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, in case you were wondering, I'm still planning on doing that Shadowgate 64 review. I just made this to tide you guys over. Also, for you Nintendo 64 fans, I have a really cool video you might like on my other channel that's a massive Nintendo 64 medley. It's a compilation of a bunch of tunes on the N64. But don't worry if you don't hear your favorite song, I might make a second one, so post your suggestions in the comments. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.